Hi everyone, it's Hannah. If you didn't already know, I'm sort of on like a romance novel streak. And let's just say that the types of romances that I've been reading have been literally all over the place. So today I'm going to be comparing the last 3 romances that I've read: Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon, and Island Affair by Priscilla Oliveras. So just like a brief recap of these books in case you haven't read them. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. It's a cult favorite. It's all over Book Talk, Bookstagram, BookTube. It's the first book in the Brown Sisters series that Talia Hibbert has, and it obviously focuses on Chloe Brown. So she is going to be our female lead, and her love interest is Redford Morgan. It's very British. The main tropes here are enemies to lovers. It's sort of an opposites attract romance, and it has a to-do list. Ice Planet Barbarians. Yes, this is the blue smutty alien book that has been all the rave on TikTok. It's like the first book in like a 22 something series or something like that. The covers are very interesting. It's literally about human woman going to this ice planet in a different galaxy and mating with these aliens. Yeah, not just any aliens, but tall blue aliens. That's what Ice Planet Barbarians is about. And then after that we have Island Affair. It's not as mainstream, at least I haven't seen anybody else read this. This is the first book in the Keys to Love series. It follows Sarah Vance and Luis Navarro. It's very summery. Like, I went from Ice Planet to Tropical Summer Vacation. This has lots of island summer vibes because it is set in Key West. The main tropes here are fake dating, sharing a bed. It's sort of insta love. I'm gonna be grading each book on plot, the female lead, the male lead, the chemistry, and the steam. Obviously, this is a romance novel. We gotta deal with emotional connection and physical. For each section, I'm gonna be ranking the books 1 through 3, and I'm gonna score it like golf. The less points you get, the better. So let's go on to plot. First place, I'm gonna have to say, is Chloe Brown. Obviously, it's just 2 people learning how to love again, navigating life, what they want out of it. It doesn't feel as cliche and cheesy as Island Affair, and Island Affair comes in second because of the immense cheese factor and the repetitiveness. It didn't feel original, it didn't feel new. We get to see into the family dynamics of both leads and how that has shaped our characters, and I appreciate that because it adds like depth to this. But again, it was sort of repetitive and it wasn't very original. Ice Planet Barbarians is in last because literally what plot are we talking about? There is no plot. Female lead. Obviously, Chloe Brown comes in first. She's strong, really badass. She has fibromyalgia and she's like dealing with her illness on top of trying to just get her life together, being an adult. Her character was very well-rounded, very relatable. There's so much growth from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. Sarah Vance comes in second because while she is like not the best female lead, she is still pretty developed. She has some depth to her. She's an influencer. We see that she's very hardworking based on like how dedicated she is to her business, even though she is the black sheep of the family. She has an eating disorder, so we see some representation for that in this novel. I personally didn't feel like her character got the same amount of development that Chloe Brown did in Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And finally, we have Georgie. I don't even know her last name, from Ice Planet Barbarians. Her main character trait is that she's horny and that she also has no sense of urgency in an emergency. Really, all that I've grasped from Ice Planet Barbarians is that she really loves to get boned by her alien. Moving on to the male lead, we have Redford Morgan in first place. Pros for Redford: he's an artist, he can ride a motorcycle, and he's sort of guarded because of his abusive ex, so you know, that's a little depth. However, con, he jumps to conclusions, even though he's literally like, Chloe isn't my ex, I should give her the benefit of the doubt, but then he still goes on and does like stupid stuff. So no. Also, another con, he's a redhead. Then we have Luis Navarro. He's a firefighter, so obviously we're gonna go with a really toned firefighter. He's literally nicknamed San Navarro because he loves to help people out. He's also close to his family. However, he demanded emotional vulnerability from Sarah about her eating disorder while he remained guarded and like jumped around and deflected about his own personal issues. However, he's still better than Vectel, the 7-foot tall blue alien. Vectel clearly has won one in the height department, because Redford Morgan and Luis Navarro, no matter how tall they are not 7 foot tall, so clearly Vectel stays winning. He's very possessive over George, but literally the only reason that he kept Georgie around is because he has like a vibrating parasite in him that reacted to Georgie and was like, oh my gosh, that's like a fertile mate. Chemistry, Chloe and Red, obviously so cute. Literally, like when I was reading about them, I was like, ah. The squealing I did. They support one another. They're understanding of one another. They make each other feel seen and heard. They have all these like really emotionally vulnerable conversations with one another, but they still have cute, witty banter. Like the email series that they had, that was so freaking funny. Yes, I love Chloe and Red. Coming in second is Sarah and Luis. They also learn how to support one another. They have this like, I like this person, but I'm not sure if they like me back type of thing going on, because you know, it is fake dating. Very cheesy, very cliche. I also feel like the development of their relationship just happened to align too perfectly. Like the moment she was like, oh my gosh, I think I want to kiss him, is also the moment he's thinking, I think I want to kiss her. And they also like get together or like kiss really early on in the book and have like this tension between them that they already acknowledged. So like I didn't get as much of a slow burn from their fake dating as I probably would have liked. Last place, Georgie and Vectel. What emotional connection. These people literally could not understand or communicate with one another for like half the book. Now, finally for the steam. Get a Life Chloe Brown. I didn't really vibe with their sex scenes. It was very explicit, and I was not expecting how explicit this would be based on the cover, and it was just like a little too much for my taste. Please let me leave something to the imagination. I do have to say, Chloe and Red know their way around a bedroom, but like also at the same time, some of their bedroom talk was just like, wow. I feel like that was a little bit of a TMI. I did not need to know that. But in a close second would be Georgie and Vectel. It's not as explicit compared to Get a Life Chloe Brown, but it's also very weird that Vectel's extremities have ridges on them. But we do know that those ridges are very pleasing to Georgie. It is weird that she compared his certain extremity to a sex toy. One thing that made me laugh so much during this book was when Vectel, like it's from Vectel's point of view, and he's, you know, on Georgie, he calls the clit her third nipple. That's so freaking funny. I laughed so much during these scenes that really, this book is no longer a romance novel. It's a comedy. It's so weird, so out of my comfort zone, but you know, at least there was some steam between Georgie and Vectel. And in last place, Sarah and Vance. LOL, this was a fade to black romance. Let's just say I got scammed. I read 203 pages of like single-spaced words in order for them to be like,
we laughed and tumbled onto the bed.
Overall, our winner in this battle is just clearly Get a Life Chloe Brown, because it won in all 5 categories. Then we have Island Affair with 9 points. It only lost to Ice Planet Barbarians in the STEAM category. And really, Ice Planet Barbarians is where it belongs, in last place, because it's about a human girl and a 7 foot tall blue alien boning. It's just 188 pages of that. It literally came in last for everything, except for STEAM, because an attempt was made. An attempt was made, and I will give Ruby Dixon credit where credit is due. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay fresh, and I'll catch you later.